The story of Ruth begins in a time of great sorrow. Famine had swept across the land of Judah. Fields once bursting with barley and wheat lay barren. The laughter of children was replaced by the gnawing pain of empty stomachs. Bethlehem, the very name meaning house of bread, was starved for sustenance. Hope seemed as distant as the next rainfall. In this time of despair lived a family: Elimelech, his wife Naomi, and their two sons, Mahlon and Chilion. Elimelech, like many others, struggled to provide for his family. The once abundant fields yielded nothing but dust and despair. Their situation grew more desperate with each passing day. They yearned for a miracle, a sign of God's provision. Little did they know, their journey was about to take an unexpected turn, leading them far from their homeland in search of survival. Driven by desperation, Elimelech made a heart-wrenching decision. He decided to leave Bethlehem, to uproot his family and seek refuge in the land of Moab. Moab, situated across the Jordan River, offered the promise of sustenance. It held the hope of survival. It was a difficult decision, leaving their home, their people, their heritage. But with empty stomachs and hearts heavy with worry, the family packed their meager belongings and set off on a journey into the unknown. Moab welcomed them with open arms. The land was fertile, food was plentiful. For a while they felt a sense of relief. Their sons, Mahlon and Chilion, grew into men and married Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth. Life seemed to regain a semblance of normalcy. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. Tragedy struck the family once more, casting a long shadow over their newfound peace. Elimelech died. His sons followed soon after, leaving Naomi alone with her daughters-in-law in a foreign land. The weight of her grief threatened to crush Naomi. She was a widow, alone in Moab, her dreams shattered. She urged her daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth, to return to their own people. "Go," she pleaded, "find husbands, build lives for yourselves. Do not let my bitterness become your burden." Orpah, heartbroken, eventually decided to return to her people. But Ruth, with a steadfast gaze and a heart full of love, refused to leave Naomi's side. "Where you go, I will go," she declared. "Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God." These were not mere words of comfort. They were a vow of unwavering loyalty, a testament to the depth of Ruth's love and compassion. In that moment of despair, a bond stronger than blood was forged between these two women. Word reached Naomi that the famine in Bethlehem had ended. Hope, like a fragile seedling, began to sprout in her heart. She decided to return to her homeland, to the familiar fields and the comfort of her people, and true to her word, Ruth accompanied her, leaving behind everything she knew. Their journey back to Bethlehem was long and arduous. They walked for miles, their sandals worn thin, their spirits buoyed by a glimmer of hope. They arrived in Bethlehem, weary travelers in a familiar land, their futures uncertain. Naomi, hardened by grief, was a shadow of her former self. Ruth, young and determined, clung to her faith and the unwavering belief that God would provide. Section 5, Fields of Grace, Ruth Meets Boaz. To survive, Ruth, with Naomi's blessing, went to glean in the fields of Bethlehem. This ancient custom, a lifeline for the poor, allowed those in need to gather leftover grain after the harvest. It was in these humble fields that Ruth's life would intersect with Boaz, a man who would change her destiny. Boaz, a wealthy landowner and a kinsman of Naomi's late husband Elimelech, owned the field. He was a man of honor, known for his kindness and generosity. Boaz noticed Ruth's diligence and her unwavering devotion to Naomi. He was touched by her story, her loyalty, and her quiet strength. He instructed his workers to treat her with respect, to leave extra grain for her to gather. Unbeknownst to Ruth, her life was about to take another unexpected turn, guided by a force greater than chance. Section 6. A kinsman's duty, Boaz's compassion. Boaz, captivated by Ruth's spirit, went beyond simple kindness. He actively sought to protect and provide for her. He ensured she always had enough to eat, offering her a place among his own workers. He treated her with a dignity and respect that went beyond her station as a Moabite and a gleaner. One evening, as Ruth gathered the remnants of the day's harvest, Boaz approached her. He was a man of faith, and he saw in Ruth a reflection of God's grace and compassion. He commended her for her loyalty to Naomi and promised to be her protector. He spoke of an ancient custom. the right of redemption, a duty bestowed upon kinsmen to care for the widows and property of their deceased relatives. Ruth, overwhelmed by his kindness, listened intently, her heart filled with a mix of hope and uncertainty. Chapter 7. The threshing floor, a daring act of faith. Naomi, wise and observant, saw the unfolding story between Ruth and Boaz. She recognized in Boaz a man of honor, a man who could provide for Ruth and secure her future. She advised Ruth on a daring plan, a plan rooted in ancient custom but fraught with risk. That night, following Naomi's instructions, Ruth went to the threshing floor where Boaz was sleeping. This act, bold and unconventional, was a silent plea for Boaz to fulfill his duty as a kinsman redeemer. It was a testament to Ruth's faith, not just in Boaz, but in the God who had guided her every step of the way. Boaz, awakened by her presence, listened intently as Ruth presented her request. Section 8. Blessings upon blessings, redemption and legacy. Boaz, true to his word and his character, honored Ruth's request. He promised to marry her, to redeem her and provide for her future. Their marriage was a testament to God's faithfulness, a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. From their union, a son was born, Obed. His birth was a cause for great celebration, a symbol of God's blessing on this unlikely couple. Obed grew to be a strong and respected man, a testament to the legacy of his parents, and from their lineage, generations later, would come a king, a shepherd, a savior, King David, the man after God's own heart. Section 9. Echoes of Ruth's timeless lessons for today. The story of Ruth is a timeless tapestry woven with threads of loyalty, redemption, and unexpected grace. It is a story that continues to resonate across cultures and centuries, offering profound lessons for our lives today. Ruth's unwavering loyalty to Naomi reminds us of the importance of standing by those we love, especially in times of adversity. Her journey from Moab to Bethlehem teaches us that faith requires courage, a willingness to step into the unknown, trusting in God's guidance. Boaz's compassion and his willingness to fulfill his duty as a kinsman redeemer serve as a powerful example of selfless love and the importance of honoring our commitments. And through it all, we see the invisible hand of God at work, orchestrating events, bringing beauty from ashes, and demonstrating that his plans are always for our good. The story of Ruth, a tale as old as time, continues to inspire us to live lives of faith, integrity, and unwavering love.